Well, can you feel it? The spiritual realm is vibrating. There's a feeling of imminent change. We're about to hit the next phase. I can feel it. Could be the next big lockdown. Could be a new virus that they release on the world. Could be war in the Middle East. Could be economic collapse. Could be civil war. Could be martial law. Could be all of the above. But no matter what it is, I do know that the Lord is with his people. I do know that God has his people in the palm of his hand. I do know that we have the rapture to look forward to. And with every birth pang that you see, we're one step closer to the birth. I do know that God has taken each of you on a journey, an individual journey specifically tailored to you. I know that along that journey, you had many failures. There were lots of times that you felt defeated. But each time, I know that God picked you back up and he dusted you off. And he told you to keep going. I do know that he never let you fall too far. That he always reached out his hand and caught you. And I know that those situations help to build your faith. I know that the journey he's taken you on is the same journey that he's taken everyone who's ever followed him on. And that is a journey of faith, a journey of building faith. If I think about the old greats of the Bible, they weren't perfect men and women. They were very flawed people. But the thing that made them greats was that they knew who their God was. And they had crises of faith throughout their lives. I bet there were days that Noah was ready to throw that hammer into the woods. Who knows? Back then, that was probably like Atlantis, and he had lasers cutting through the pieces of wood and robots putting it together or something. I do know that Abraham had given up on the promise of a child at some point. I know there were nights he went to bed thinking that God had forgotten him. I know that Job had days where he felt abandoned. David lost sight of God many times. Peter denied ever knowing him. Paul went after those who did to kill them. I mean, God uses imperfect people, but he takes them through this journey of faith where they get an opportunity to learn who he is. And he takes them through tough situations so they can see his hand in all of its glory. So much easier to see the outline of him when it's dark. In times where there's the greatest contrast between him and your situation. Those are the times when you really get to see who your Father is. So he allows those times for your good. And he's allowing those times in the world for the good of those who don't yet know him. I feel that we're still going to have a brief time here to make him known to people. To be that contrast. To make the outline of him a little bit clearer to the world. And so I think it's going to get a little bit darker now. Not for us. You're under his peace. You're under his protection. And he's built your faith over the journey that you've taken with him for this very time, for this very moment. So not for you, but darker for the world. When you look out your window of your brightly lit, Holy Spirit-filled house, that world out there, it's going to look dark. What they've seen so far is just a haze. Not even a shadow. Not yet, but they're about to take the next step. I can feel it in the spirit right now. This moment, we're at a pivot point. We're at a pivot point and we're about to take the next step. And what I want to say to you is, if you feel like you're falling, if you feel like things are or growing too dark around you, if you feel abandoned, if you feel lonely, if you feel as if God has forgotten you, remember all of the lessons He taught you on your faith journey, on that road to get to this point. Remember all of those lessons, all of those times when things seemed difficult and dark and hopeless, and He came through for you. And then know that our God never changes. He was the same yesterday. He is the same today, and He will be the same tomorrow. As the world turns to sand, you will stand on a rock. Your feet have been cemented in, and you're not going anywhere. You won't fall with the world. You won't get lost in the sand. You've been placed on a firm foundation by an unmoving, unchangeable God who knows every thought, who cares about every worry, who knows your deepest secrets and hears your innermost thoughts and feels your emotions. A God who is in complete intimacy with His people. Your heart beats with His heart. He will not forget you. A name just popped in my head, and so I'm just going to say it. I don't know who you are, but Cheryl, God has not forgotten you. He loves you. And He cares for you. And I don't know when you'll listen to this, but whenever it is, He made that appointment for you. But look, guys, the point of this, I just want to tell you, you're about to see some major changes around you. But no matter what it looks like, remember, your Father loves you, and He's in complete control, and nothing will happen to you unless He allows it, and everything He allows will be used for your good. So that's what I want you to take away. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll plan to see you real soon. If not here, then in the air. God bless.